Happy Devils Monday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast special Monday edition. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Shorts Guy from the highest point of New Jersey, and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, coming to you live from his Beverly Hills Michael J. Fox Studios, as Beer Baron has been designated for assignment, DFA, after his comments last night that pissed me off, and I am mad at Beer Baron. No, I'm just kidding around. We will make it up with an Ann Crew brew. Join our crew.
He's been Ann Crewed.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, are we happy? Are we happy? There's been a lot of, talk and gloom and doom around this team. And I don't know. After today, I'm feeling a lot better than I was just a few days ago.
I'll tell you what. I got a text from a really good friend of mine who usually watches us on Hot Pod, my friend Matt, who's a Ranger fan. And basically said so far the only team in the division that made any moves to improve is the Devils. So
that's for damn sure.
I'll take that as a damn positive.
Yeah.
So that's good. I mean, I tried to see James Dolan sabotage me again today as I tried to discuss the big three signings about 2:30 in the afternoon, and then the internet just kind of, we got James Dolan again.
James Dolan,
which was kind of funny.
That's even worse than being Ann Crewed.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it was kind of funny because it may have been my penance for watching Billy Dean just suffer as nothing was happening. For his I'll tell you what, Billy Dean sitting there was just like as names are coming off the board, going to other teams.
Listen,
he just looks so dejected all day.
I mean,
but I'll take it.
It is what it is with those guys. I mean, I have a friend as well, and I was telling her, I'm like, listen, Drury kind of, he did Goudreau pretty dirty, and he's trying to just, chuck his captain to the side. I'm like, players notice these type of things, and they don't have a lot of cap space, and they have a goalie that wants $12 million a year, and they only got 11 in cap space right now. So that doesn't equal out to some very easy moves to make. So
it doesn't equal success. I can tell you that.
No, it doesn't. But they picked up Riley Smith. Okay,
Esteban was happy about that. Was happy about that.
When the Penguins fan is happy about it, that should tell you something right there. Yes, take him, please go, get him away. Yes, all right.
So of course,
Rangers...
of course, when that trade happened, I interjected and said, "Well, we got a couple things we can send you too if you want."
Yeah, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a lot better about this team. Love to hear what everyone thinks about it on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Hit us up because we saw a lot of doom and gloom after that Holtzy trade, where everyone and their mother was pissed off. Fire Fitz! He don't know what he's doing. And there's arguments for some of those things, because you can say, how the hell did you not scout Alexander Holtz a little bit better and pass up on some of these other guys if he turned out to be such a one-trick pony? There's arguments you can make about that. But we talked on this show last night about two towering defensemen who the Devils were heavily linked to, and it didn't take long for Fitzy to make those official. So two of the three big moves of the day, Brett Pesce and Brendan Dillon, are now on the blue line for these New Jersey Devils. And oh baby, is Brett Pesce going to look nice to Dougie Hamilton? And Brendan Dillon's going to look nice next to Luke Hughes. That's for damn sure. Fellas, what are you thinking about the moves?
I like those two moves. I was actually surprised I saw a mock lineup of the pairings for D, and it didn't have Pesce and Hamilton, which I think is the automatic fit for those two to be back together.
Yeah.
And the Dillon edition, I was watching with the guys, like I said earlier, and that actually didn't really become official until like 1:30 in the afternoon, somewhere in that, on the East Coast at least. Didn't become official for a little while, although it was pretty much in principle done. So, but I spoke about this when we discussed the Markstrom edition last week. You know what? That Markstrom was great, but the defense needed to be added to, and lo and behold, here we are, and we've added to our defensive core, and I'm pretty happy with it. So it seems to be the Devils are doing what they need to do to correct the mistakes of last year.
And Kovacevic as well, added a little bit earlier in the week, but man, some great dollar signs on here as well. With Pesci, 6 years, 5.5, and then Brendan Dillon, 3 years. You don't get locked up too long-term there because we know we got some other prospects in the system. But Brendan Dillon, one of those nice kind of bridge gaps until the new A train is ready, until maybe Seamus Casey's going to be making his way up. Or who knows? Who knows? There might be more deals in the works. But Brendan Dillon, 3 years at 4, not breaking the cap. Sam Wu, I know you're usually in on like the money side of things and how sometimes we could get handcuffed and everything. What are you thinking about these deals that Fitzy made here?
I think it's smart money. They didn't, overextend themselves. I don't think they overpaid. I think they paid fair market value for these two players. This was desperately needed after Graves and Severson left the team. Graves going to Pittsburgh and Severson going to Columbus. And
the shot blocking.
They lost big thing. They lost a lot of leadership and lost a lot of experience on the blue line. And the kids had to fend for themselves most of the year, and we saw the results. It wasn't pretty. I mean, you can go through the growing pains of rookies, but you got to give them support. You got to put them in position to succeed. Last season, they were out there fending for the emergency situation, mind you. So it wasn't really Tom Fitzgerald's fault, but at the same time, he's not going to make the same mistake again. You can make the mistake once, as long as you learn from it. And I don't think it's an overreaction either, what he did. I've been calling for beef for so long that now I can flat out say that the New Jersey Devils right now are not a bunch of wimps. I'm not scared anymore that if they're going to get pounded physically. Right now, and I said this on the Woo Report, and I'll say it again, what Fitzy got was an insurance policy on his main investments on this team. Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Timo Meier, and Jesper Bratt, and soon to be Luke Hughes. So you got some big boys out there with some leadership, experience, playoff experience. Just remember, Cotter yesterday won a Stanley Cup at a young age. So that
That's what a little asterisk, because he didn't actually play in the playoffs, but he still got his name.
I know, but he was part of that group. It was part of that group.
I will tell you this, though.
He was around a group that won the Cup, which I think is
yes,
even though he didn't
that's
play,
absolutely true.
But there's value to seeing how guys carry themselves in a long playoff run to a Stanley Cup. So as long as he was paying attention, which they may not all be paying attention, as long as he was paying attention, there's a lot of value to just being around that atmosphere. And seeing it and not being a part of it should give you a little bit more push to want to get better, to be.
And plus, he got to see. Well, I'm trying to fill in right now the gap.
That's fine.
Plus, he got to see what it's like to do nothing during the regular season, but suddenly you're starting in the playoffs with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Very true. And Paul Cotter as well, I forgot to mention this last night. A lot of us, many of us, most of us, just about everyone misses a certain someone who made his way to Tampa Bay and now up to Calgary. He goes by the nickname of Pickles.
Yep.
And everyone has said, man, wish we hold on to that guy. I'd love Blake Coleman back on the team. You have a new version of Blake Coleman with Paul Cotter, except he's a little bit bigger, but he can skate. He's going to throw those hits, and he's got some gloves on there too, where he can score some goals. Don't be surprised. This kid's only 24 years old. Don't be surprised to see him kind of take those steps a la the way Pickles did when he was a younger guy with the Devils. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Just throwing that out there right now.
And he's got a core to grow with. He's got a core to grow with, which is awesome.
He's got a core to grow with. Sam Wu's going to keep the receipt on that one, and we're going to come back to it in 2 to 3 years from now and see some of the similarities that line up between Cotter and Coleman during their Devils career. But I just also want to say this. We know it was a good day because it's official. I see it in the YouTube chat. Ramona is not pissed off, Sam Wu. And if Ramona is not pissed off, that means good things are on the horizon.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, having Ramona back is great.
Great.
Yeah,
that was always
having Ramona there is always good.
Yeah.
Ramona's always good in Game Day Live with picking scores. Ramona's always pretty good at that too.
Very good.
Yes.
Very nice.
So 2 monster D-men, and then speaking of old Pickles, his old line mate, who was a feisty little fellow who's been playing some good games over there in Carolina. By the way, oof, Carolina.
Oh, they got decimated.
Oof. Sorry, Rod. Don't you maybe wish you came up to New Jersey to coach? No, sorry.
No, he took the money.
We got the old Keefe. But Stefan Noesen from the old Travis and the Texans line. Remember that? Zajac Pickles and Stefan Noesen back in the day? Is back with the Devils to start wreaking havoc on that third line for this team. I like this move. Again, not a bank breaker over here. Stefan is now 31 years old. He's been around for a little bit. We all know he started with the Devils before moving on to Carolina. But 3-year deal. I think it's like 2.75 per year, which is not bad for a third line guy who's going to get you probably in the teens with goals, but he is going to be a menace in front of that net and getting underneath the skin of opposing players. You put that with some Paul Cotter, some Nolan Foote. Now things are really starting to look interesting over here as an even tough. We're talking about the defense being tough to play against. Now you're getting it into the forwards as well. Other than just Big Mac, playing, Big Mac is going to play, 20, 30 games in the
Jim
season.
McKenzie version of.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what he knows. He's good.
You know what?
That's cool.
There were times in this playoff run with Carolina and last year's playoff run with Carolina that I saw Stefan Noesen out there on the ice, and I was like, man, he's kind of grown into a pretty solid player over there for Carolina. He's got some skills there now, and I was happy to see us re-sign him. And apparently, from a quote I saw earlier online, he was hoping that this would be the case, and he was very happy to be able to come back. Part of that could also be he sees the writing on the wall in Carolina that their window is quickly closing, and they
just got shut really fast right there. Yeah, what happened?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, but I could see why he's definitely would be excited to get out of there, and then we're absolutely a team on the rise. So
100%.
I'm good with him wanting to be here. He's at 31. He's on the downward slide of his career, and he wants to win. And he knows that he's with a core that could potentially win, not only once in the next couple of years. And that could give him a little bit more emphasis.
He didn't make it. He was kind of a late starter too. I mean, don't forget he didn't start like in the NHL when he was like 18 or 19 or something like that. I think he was
came up
24, 25 when he first came up with the Devils, right?
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember specifically, but he's, he wants to win, and he's happy to be here. And I'm sure some of that quote too. I'm not an idiot. I'm sure some of that quote is just to please us, and so we get talking about it, thinking, yeah, he loves to be here. Some of that some of that is probably mostly true, but some of it's probably also just to make us happy. But at the same time, if he wants to be here and he wants to win, he's got a core that can win a couple times in the next bunch of years, which is what we want to see as fans for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, you get that, and now you still have the room. You got a little bit of cap room left. You got Dawson Mercer out there with an offer. You got Hataka. You got Nolan Foote. You got Nico Dawes. I think you have one more. As I said, Siegenthaler is now he's expendable. Now that you've bolstered up this defense with Dylan and with Pesci and why can't I think of Kovacevic? Now, re-signing DeSimone. You got Nemec, you got Luke, you got Dougie there, and now you got your big boys on the other side. And then plus you got Hataka there, who is shown to be, a serviceable third pairing D-man. I don't think he's going to get first pairing minutes or anything like that, but on the third pairing, I think he'd be okay. Siegenthaler and that $3.4 million is now, it's expendable. He's expendable. Dylan, you son of a bitch. We're going to have to put a parental advisory warning now because I'm going to be doing that all season long, Sam.
Someone mentioned that in the chat earlier as you were talking. It might have been Codex or someone mentioned that the Devils missed an opportunity with that today. I forget who it was that said it, but it was Michael Descala said they missed an opportunity to use that line. But let it be known, we said it last night that opportunity was there. So we said it first. You said it first.
Yeah.
To be specific, you said it first, and I'm sure that means the Devils will steal it probably within the next 48 hours.
And they went with the fish thing with Pesci. I mean, come on, Joe Pesci. It's made right there for you. Come on, it's Jersey. I mean,
they got to bring Joe Pesci in. They got to bring him in.
Absolutely.
They got to do like a spot.
Absolutely.
Like they got to bring Joe Pesci in, just like they brought David Putty in. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Like
I can see it right now.
A Pesci and Pesci how to talk Jersey type of segment in game. That's perfect. It would be perfect. And now that I said that, the Devils will do that within the next week and a half.
Oh, man.
I guarantee. Sam, keep that receipt. I guarantee it's going to be a Pesci and Pesci something over the course of the next season. I guarantee it.
I can't wait for the the stadium camera, to go in on a fan, not a plant, a fan, there with a Rangers jersey or an Islanders jersey, just laughing.
Yeah.
And the camera slow pans over to Joe Pesci, the actual Joe Pesci. Would I amuse you? Am I a clown? Am I funny? Am I funny? How? Tell me, how am I funny? Pan back, clown? The kid just cowering, Oh man! And of course, Sheldon Keefe. We got Keith Richards. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm gonna have a blast this season.
Yeah, you're gonna give the Devils so many.
Call me Tom Tkachuk.
The Devils so many free ideas.
I know.
The Devils are gonna get so many free ideas from you. You better start, getting some credit for this.
But I don't think this team is done yet. I think Fitzy is working on. We know he said that he wants to get a top 6 winger. I don't think Stefan Noesen, fits into that mold. I think he's going to be perfect on that third line.
Oh, absolutely.
We've all expressed our interest in one Mr. Tkachuk from Ottawa. Mm-hmm. There are moves that we can make to do that. We do have the pieces to do that. Again, it's, who are you willing to give up? We all love
Mercer. I think it would start.
I think it's going to start with Dawson Mercer as well. Unfortunately, we all love Dawson. I think Nemec will be another name that's get brought up. Palat, just for leadership up there in Ottawa. Siegenthaler, again, I know they have some. I believe both of them have no trade movements though, or no trade clauses for. I think their 10 team. I'd have to look on Cap Friendly.
Are you saying that Sam needs to go online tonight and get both a Siegenthaler and a Palat jersey?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Did the John Marino jersey arrive yet, or no? It's still
I went out to get a Stamkos jersey, thinking that he would go to New Jersey. Didn't work out too well.
Well, that one was pretty much set in stone there. I think with him going to Nashville, that was
a money grab. That's a money grab.
Nashville made some really good moves. Boston made some good moves, signing Zadorov. There's teams out there making. I mean, but because I just saw it on the screen I got NHL Network on here, and they just showed the additions and subtractions for Carolina, and it's just like, whoa,
yeah,
that's a lot.
And guess what else the Predators did? The Predators brought in a backup goaltender.
Yes, they did, Mr. Wedgwood.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
So that means two things. One means that Askarov, who I know I've been against. I've said multiple times that I don't want to bring in an unproven goaltender, but I mean the kid's good. If we can bring him in to potentially in a year or two step in, okay, great. And the second thing it means that my teammate for inline, his little guy is going to be getting a Wedgwood Predators jersey because him and
there you go.
My teammate and Scott Wedgwood are buddies, and Wedgwood gave him a Stars jersey for his little guy, so I'm assuming he's going to get a Predators jersey for his little guy once they come into town. So, but yeah, it's that when I saw that signing, it's okay. Well, they're bringing in who they want as their backup. So Askarov is definitely not in their short term, next 2-3 year plans. So he could be expendable to them.
Oh, he definitely is. I mean, Barry Trotz has already said he's out there.
We could potentially see a move with Fitzy in the next couple.
We could
next couple weeks.
Trotz has said that they're looking for NHL, ready talent. Which again, we talked about it last night. Palat would definitely fit in there. Siegenthaler would definitely fit in there. Again, Trotz is probably going to look. They're all going to look for Nemec and Mercer. Those are going to be the first two names you hear on every single person's wish list. Maybe Seamus Casey, but I think those are the two that you're going to see most people reacting to GM wise out there. Oh, there's our girl Brooke, and don't forget
she said it's crowded in here tonight. So you're right.
Don't
Brooke,
forget
it is.
we have the secret sauce here for Brady Tkachuk as well, because Brooke last night offered one of her kidneys to sell to Ottawa just in case they need it for any sort of emergency purposes in the Brady Tkachuk deal. So just throwing that out there.
And Ted just said that Askarov will cost a kidney. So, Ted, if that's going to be the case, we're going to need you to donate your kidney.
Yeah.
Because Brooke has already donated one. She needs at least one to live. Ted, you could potentially donate yours, but then again, Ted, I've seen you at American Whiskey. I don't know, your kidneys are definitely getting used at American Whiskey. So, but if anyone wants to donate another kidney to the Askarov move, we'll take it. We will take it.
And Mark Schwab, yes, Joe Pesci may be 5'4", but he brings a different type of beefalitic.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever you say, Mr. Pesci. Whatever you say. Yes, we will do that. No, you ain't all right, Spider. No, you ain't. No, Spider, you ain't all right.
We're gonna have to.
And
I'm gonna have to brush up on Joe Pesci lines for the next bunch of seasons.
And Nova, I can't believe you're even suggesting that we pick up Trouba once Drury does him dirty and puts him on waivers. That won't happen. I am sure, though, I know someone who probably will over on Long Island. That just seems like a Lou move waiting to happen over there for some reason.
You know what, though? Aside from it looking like a Lou move, he's going to want to stay in the area because his wife just got residency in a hospital in the city.
Yep.
So I guarantee you could see him in blue and orange in that crap team over there on Long Island.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Be surprised.
I didn't even think of that today, but
Yeah. And if he does that to Trouba, I mean,
Oof.
what player is going to want to go there? Because now you
So
know the way Drury's going to treat you. You know, if you have a bad year, whatever. I mean, listen, I get it. Trouba's overpaid, and he just tries to hit everything, and he goes out of position. I love it because as an opposing, fan of a fan of an opposing team, I know he's going to
mhm.
be leaving holes all over the ice. But yeah, I don't know. That's your captain. You gotta say the right things in the press. You gotta say, like, you know what, he just had a down year. We still believe in him. He's our captain. Behind the
So
scenes, you're working deals, but
yeah.
in the press, you can't just come out and be like, no, we're definitely trying to trade him. It's just a bad
So
look.
I agree it is a bad look, and I think it's going to cause some players to question if they want to go there. But
Yeah,
little Steve on Hockey on Tap believes opposite, and on top of that, and I can't believe I'm gonna make any kind of a defending of the rags, but Trouba was not Drury's signing. So that allegiance really to him is not there as a player. I think it's a dirty move if he does it again. But at
still
the
your
same
captain.
time, I know it's your captain. I know it's your captain. Unfortunately, I think little Steve's right when he says that players are still going to want to come to New York just because it's freaking New York. I don't know why. I don't understand that. But
I don't
but if
know.
Drury, but again, I also do believe though if Drury is going to do this to the captain, whether or not that there's some kind of allegiance to him or not, who's he not going to do it to?
Exactly. I mean, and that's the
So
thing. If you're,
I see both sides. I see both sides of the argument.
I can see if you're a player who's not making as much money, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a big high profile free agent where you're going to be making like $6, $7, $8 million Hell's Bells, maybe $9 million
Yeah.
salary, then it's in the back of your mind of just like, if I have a down season, am I going to end up on waivers and shipped out
Mm-hmm.
to San Jose? Like, Goudreau, even though he said like, this is the one place I don't want to go.
Yeah,
So
that's why I thought that move was extra dirty because he did not want to go there. He turned that down, and Drury was just like, "Well, waivers."
yeah. But we're looking a lot better, and that's what we're really concerned about
Oh
here
yeah,
on this
yeah.
podcast. But the Devils also, besides those three, Dylan, hey Pesci, and good old Nace coming back. The Devils made some other smaller moves as well. We welcome back Colton White to a two-way contract. We got Mike Hardman from, I think he was previously on Chicago, another two-way contract, 2 years for both of them. 2 years, two-way, so bolstering up Utica a little bit. And we've also had the Devils roster for their camp announced as well. And you're going to notice some of these names that were just drafted are already here
Are there,
on the roster. Yeah. Like Pekka Rinne, Herman Traff,
A-Train is there.
Max Grant, yep. Melovsky, I'm not sure I'm not saying that one right first. Yeah. Silyov, yes. Seamus Casey is on there.
He's on there. I saw his name.
And Louis Vara, the goaltender, one of the two goaltenders that we took, Louis Vara, and then Tyler Brennan, who I think we drafted him 2 years ago and has had some good, talk about him as well, as another, potential goaltender who may make his way up through the ranks. But you're going to be able to see some of these people, pretty close up already.
Yeah.
Oh, Brendan Smith. Thanks, Brendan. Where did Brendan Smith go? I think he signed in. Did he sign in Winnipeg
he went to Dallas? He went to
Dallas. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, Brendan. You did good. You sold some chicken fingers up in the upper decks, and you played some good left wing. And I remember when Connor Bedard just ran right into him and he knocked himself out, where Brendan Smith was just like, I didn't even do anything. The kid just skated right into me. What are you talking about? But it was that game. It was that Chicago game that the Devils started standing up for themselves after that. So thank you, Brendan, for all that news.
I do know for a fact that Brooke Amanda is going to be upset that Brendan Smith is no longer a New Jersey Devil. She was a big fan of his.
Okay. So. I'm sorry, Brooke. Don't take away your kidney. Okay, please keep it on the table for Brady. Brady, don't call me Tom Tkachuk. Which, the Devils now are going to be in that trade mode because they do have a surplus amount of people like we've talked about. And there's going to be some names out there. Obviously, Brady Tkachuk is going to be top of the list. I've seen some people here in the chat talking about maybe Adam Henrique coming back. That would be.
I thought about that earlier. Today. I don't know if he's asking like 375.
I mean, he would be. I mean, you could put him at center on that second line with Jack and Eric Halla. I mean, I don't think anyone would lose a faceoff then if you have Henrique and Halla on that line there.
No, that would be a good duo.
That would be a good duo, but Adam obviously is a little bit past his prime these days. He might also be a fit on that third line, but Devils seem to have like a good amount of third line players now. I'm really interested in what's going to happen with Palat and with Siegenthaler, because Palat, we all know, in contract, kind of paying for what he did in Tampa Bay, and obviously he's not had the same sort of production as he has had in Tampa Bay, although he was always more of a playoff performer than he was regular season. And we know that's been lacking here lately for the Devils. Hopefully that's going to change this year. But would he be, someone who could be, an attractive, find for an Ottawa, for in a Tkachuk deal, or like we said with Askarov in Nashville, or Askarov, however the hell you say his name. Would he be something like that? I'm going to check cap friendly because it hasn't been shut down yet. No. I know that Siegenthaler has a 10-team no trade. The Devils, by the way, have $6.7 million left.
Okay.
And Palat has a no movement clause starting July 1st, 2025. Player submits. We can still move him. And let me just check on Siegenthaler here. He's got a modified no trade 10-team starting in 24-25. Doesn't give a date, so I'm not sure if that's start of the season or if that's like now July 1st. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah. It could be start of the season. I mean, he's got 4 years left at $3.4 million. I mean, that's a nice team-friendly contract.
It really is, especially for a team like Ottawa that may be looking to build. Because they jettisoned some defense today as well. Yep. So they could be looking for defensemen. I think not a lot of fans would complain about what is Palat, 6 a year. You said
Palat is 6 a year. Yes.
6, yeah. So, losing that 6, that gives us 12. That's enough to bring in Brady and
still have a little bit left over. Brady's like 8.2, I think. I think he's 8.2.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that they said in Nashville they're looking to become more of an offensive team, so maybe they'll take a Palat, especially with Stammer going there. If they have the room for it.
That's what I was also thinking. I wonder if you do that, then you might have to eat a little bit of that contract, but you still save a little bit of room. You
eat two of it. You open up 4.
I think that's fine.
There's 10. There's 10 that's open.
Yeah. And so, and then you still have some RFAs to sign and everything like that. So Fitzy's still got some work to do, but this can be done. This can be done. If Fitzy wants it and Ottawa wants it, and we know Ottawa's kind of been quietly shopping Brady Tkachuk around, this can be done.
Very quietly.
Yeah.
Very quietly.
Except for the Let's Go Devils podcast had this.
Who's been screaming it for months now.
5 to 7 months.
To the point where people were complaining about it before it became.
But somehow Beer Baron wants to take credit for it.
Yeah, well,
He always says,
that's the
I
Ann Crew
was the
mentality.
one. I was the
That's
one
the
on
Ann
that
Crew
Sunday.
mentality.
It's like, oh my goodness. Just busting chops. I know Tom is going to squeal and tell Beer Baron that I just said that. But that's okay, Tom. Well, could you do a 3-way deal for Kachuk?
You could.
I guess you.
Palat, and because remember, you've got Travis Green in Ottawa. You've got Andrew Burnett.
That's true.
In Nashville. They know the players. You would have to
angle.
get very creative, but Askarov goes to Ottawa. Kachuk goes to New Jersey. What does New Jersey have to give up to Nashville?
Palat.
Do they want Palat?
Be reunited.
Sam goes
Stammer.
well.
Yeah. Again, I'm just, Reddit's going to be like, oh, incarcerated Bob, you're more credible than these guys.
I don't know what that means, but I think Siegenthaler could be in the mix there. And like I said, it's going to be one or the other. I feel like it's going to be Mercer or Nemec that gets thrown into a deal here. If you're talking Brady Kachuk, I don't see how there's any way that one. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably ask for both, but
we have to say goodbye to somebody. If we're
going to have to say goodbye to someone.
We're going to have to say goodbye to somebody.
It's going to be.
Don't buy any jerseys until. Don't do what Sam did and wait till November.
If it is Nemec, I mean, it's you still have Seamus Casey coming up. It's not the end of the world. Luke is obviously not going anywhere. Dougie is still got a number of years.
And with Pesci coming, I doubt they're going to let Dougie go.
This NHL just had Siegenthaler playing the top pairing with Dougie Hamilton. No, he won't be. No, he won't be. I don't know what the hell they're thinking there.
You're assuming.
But if it is Nemec, it is what it is. You're trading a really good talent for a really good talent. It's a win-win for both teams if he's part of a Brady Kachuk deal. And then I think you don't have to give up as much, secondary to get this deal done.
I'm going to say this. If Brady ends up in New Jersey, we need to get Walt out to American whiskey.
Okay. All right. So we have hang on. We have Brooks' kidney, and now Supernova is donating a family member to the Brady. Is this any family member of our choosing, basically? Okay. Supernova is dedicating a family member. Brooke is putting her kidney on the table. Anyone else want to, offer something for Brady Kachuk? Oh, Sam will. Here it comes.
My John Marino jersey.
Your John Marino jersey.
That hasn't arrived yet.
You know why? It's because you ordered it where you did. That's why.
Brooks is part of her liver as well. That's good.
Wow. Okay.
That's good.
I think she offered that last night. Mentioned that it'll regenerate. So we're 5. Oh, Supernova's giving us a 5-person list.
Right. A 5-person list. Okay. That's his. That's the no family movement clause over there. the NFM. Oh man.
Dubs. If you want Sam to do that, we need to get some more super chats to make it more affordable for Sam to go buy 3 Palat jerseys. You can still get the jersey and the red jersey. Hey, there we go. There. Thank you, NJ Devil, for the super chat.
Mr. Negative.
But listen, Sam will get a jersey. Uh,
I have a Victor Kozlov jersey, authentic, custom made, back in 2004. And how long did Victor Kozlov last on the Devils?
2 years, I think.
If you count the lockout year.
I have this beautiful retro Ilya Kovalchuk jersey here that just
I got a Kobe jersey.
kind of looks. It's just my background thing because I'll never wear it again.
I have a Claude Bilgrain jersey. Alexander Seamak. Then he was gone. I'm a jinx.
I got a Madden jersey, but that's why I get myself on my jerseys now. I just get me.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not getting traded.
One of my first jerseys, Stefan Richer, and then
I got a Richer jersey.
Yeah, 2 weeks later he gets traded or leaves.
If we get some more super chats, Sam will order a Palat jersey.
I have a Ken Klee jersey that only lasted like a month. Yeah, the Klee fence. Actually, I think it's right behind me right now. I actually have a Ken Klee jersey.
Yeah, because you used to buy the dumbest jerseys for the dumbest stuff.
Or Bob
Who's
Corkum.
got the Vern Fiddler jersey?
I almost got a Bob Corkum jersey.
I think JJ might have a Vern Fiddler jersey.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh, Michael Shane's got an authentic Kovalchuk Ska jersey. Burn it.
Actually, my Kobe jersey is authentic that I bought at one of the equipment sales, and I sent it out to get done up.
This is
It's got a fight strap. It's got a fight strap though.
No, it doesn't. But it's a CCM. It's still old school.
It is old school
CCM
with the CCM logo.
Nah, no strap. I do love this jersey though. I wish it just didn't say Kovalchuk across the back.
You could turn it into a Nemitz jersey.
You could.
I could, and then he might get traded. So I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna pull a woo over here.
No. What you do is you take some hockey tape, like white hockey tape, and a Sharpie.
It's a red jersey.
That's what I'm gonna do with my Marino jersey. I'll just put a fake nameplate over it. No one will notice.
Well, actually, Jacob brings up a point. He says Fanatics jerseys or something. Yeah, there's something crappy. So if you would have got it as a Fanatics jersey, Sam, you probably could just peel it off real easy since those jerseys suck.
I think those are basically Velcroed on there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right off.
Yep, and off it comes. And you know what, Jacob? I agree. Coho is top tier. That's what my original Shorts Guy jersey is. It's Coho, and I got a blank Coho waiting to get done up with somebody on it at some point. So I agree with that one.
It's still late to get a Cam Jansen jersey. No,
I've got one. I've got a Cam jersey.
Cam the Slam. Oh man.
Oh, he was still the nicest player I think we ever met.
He was a good guy.
When he came out to sign autographs, like other players were like, this when he was in the Blues, other players were just kind of walking like, kind of not paying attention. It felt like Cam busted out of the door like the Kool-Aid guy, like, "Hey, what's going on? What can I sign?" And everyone's like, "Cam!" And it was just a really good time to see him there. So we got to get him back on the podcast, Sam. Cam is always a good conversation.
Yeah.
I always expect him to punch me through my headphones somehow.
Yeah, I get scared when we were doing these phone interviews with Cam back in the day. He's like, "Hi, Cam. It's Sam with the Let's Go Devils podcast. How are you? What's up?" That's all it was. Okay. Well, gonna put you on live air. Thank you.
Apparently the chatter in the chats that Henrique is going back with the Oilers. So,
I mean, if I was him, it seems like a nice destination up there with McDavid and Draisaitl and everybody else. So, yeah, I can see him doing that.
See, Dubs, I saw that too. They're going to sell the on ice jerseys, and as much as I like getting jerseys, I'm not spending $400 for an on ice. That's just a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah. And yes, It seems Eric is very mad at Dawson Mercer. I'm not sure why. Dawson Mercer is a good player. I don't know. He had a down year, but he is not terrible as being stated. He's an
Mr.
Iron
Durable.
Man.
Yeah.
He has played every single game of every single season that he's been here, and he didn't take any time in the AHL. He came right there. And of those three draft picks there in that first round, he's obviously the one who had the biggest impact on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And he still hit 20 goals last year, even having a down season. He still hit 20 goals, playing every single game, and even dropped the gloves against the Rangers. That gets you a lot of credit in my book, because Dawson Mercer isn't a glove dropper, but he did it when he had to. Who did he fight? Did he fight Goudreau, I think, actually? Or who was it that he fought? I think it was Goudreau. It was someone that could throw some fists that he took on, because I remember I was like, oh boy, he's gonna get slaughtered here. And then he held his own pretty damn good.
Yeah, but so did Marino, and guess what? He got traded.
Well, let me tell you, Keandre Miller, John Marino probably is not looking to pick some fights, but let me tell you, Brendan Dillon's going to be a different story over there on that. On that other side now. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this year. I think it'll be a little bit of a different story.
I can't wait for Devils After Dark. Devils 78 hits to 21.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
That's going to be one stat.
I've got a Devontae Smith Pelly jersey.
Wow.
Chris.
That's awesome.
Woo!
I liked him as a Devil. I really liked him as a Devil. He was a great player for us.
He had that good run there, near the playoffs.
Yeah. Remember Rod Pelly?
Yeah.
Rod Pelly, sure.
Remember him?
That?
Oh,
Fourth line center.
Number 10. One of my favorite players.
You got a jersey of his too?
No, but rumor is he's a trust fund baby. Rod Pelly. I was told back in the day. He's old money. Rod Pelly.
Who did I see at the arena last year when I was there? Someone had a jersey. Who was it? That defenseman had the big monster shot. I think he got traded to Colorado.
Jelena's?
Yes, Jelena. Eric Jelena.
Yep.
Wow. I almost got his jersey. I almost got an Alex Urbaum jersey for the hell of it. Remember
Nicholas Bergfors. Wow. Oh, yeah, I remember Doc Emmerich. And then Urbamian blast from the point. Eric Jelena. Wow. Nicholas Bergfors. Wow. Man.
Remember Andre Salomonson? The most useless devil? or Damian Brunner?
Damian Bruder, wow.
There
was
was
Eric Rasmussen.
Oh, or Ragmuffin is what they used to call him on the message boards. A Ragamuffin.
Oh, man. Good old Johnny Aduya, who would fall down every time he was skating backwards until he went to Chicago. Then he learned how to skate.
Well, that's how I kind of felt about Stefan Noesen. He's like, nah, you're playing well with Carolina, but I'm so glad he came back.
He did good though with the Devils. He had him and Pickles had that good line there with Travis Zajac. I think that was what the last. Yeah, but he was still developing.
He definitely grew up. He definitely grew up.
He was a late
Carolina.
bloomer.
Yeah.
Oh
he
yeah.
Grew up in Carolina. I'll take him now because that's just like I said earlier. Like I noticed he was a damn good player in the playoffs. So I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Dougie Gilmore.
Some of the Swedish players that the Devils have drafted in the first round that didn't work, like Bergfors, you got Tenenby, Josephson, Holtz, like that didn't lose tenure. Was David Conley and just drafting these like we passed up Carlson in Washington for Tenenby. Or was it Joseph? I forgot which one. It's like you got a Jersey kid ready to go. Defenseman. And he had a Swedish fetish or something.
Reed Boucher. Oh, that's another one. Who was the other guy they brought in after? He wasn't drafted by the Bobby Butler. Monster shot. Just would shoot it right into the goalie's chest every single time. Man, he had a rocket. But Bobby Farnham was different. Yeah, that was one of Ray's picks. Ray's signings that first year he was there from. And he was good. He was a fan favorite because he would scrap and stuff like that. You know. No, but Bobby Butler had like this incredible shot. But he would just shoot it directly into the goaltender's chest every single time.
I have a teammate like that's got a great shot, except it never hits the net, and it just rims around, and it comes into a breakout for the other
right
team.
out of the zone. Perfect outlet pass for the other.
I just when he winds up, I'm like, well, here comes a 2-on-1, 2-on-1 ahead. And in my more frustrating moments, I'm sure all you hear from the bench is "hit the net," just coming from the net,
you idiot. How about where did Brendan Morrison go? Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
That was a good trade, though. Remember Dennis Peterson? Was he part of that trade?
Dennis Peterson. Wow. Man. Who's got the Dennis Peterson shirt out there? Jersey.
Someone's got to have it.
Remember that time when they drafted Adrian Foster? It was like a hit or miss. The guy played with Danny Heatley and was like, high on everybody's draft boards till he got hurt. But Lou took a chance on it, and we never saw him. Adrian Foster. Or Ed Ward. Like, who names their kid Ed Ward? He's on one of my old calendars from like 1998 or something like that. When those giveaway calendars, Ed Ward. Yep. Like, did you not like your kid or something? I don't know.
Did you not like your kid? Oh, man. Well, I think we should probably wrap it up here. We've been going for about an hour now, right?
Yeah.
Our free agent frenzy. I think the Devils did a damn good job so far. Mm-hmm. Nice bounce back from Fitzy, after everyone kind of being upset about the Holtzy trade, but now we look back at it and the writing was kind of on the wall there. That he just had no value. Kira Schmid didn't even get tendered, so like he's a free agent. We could pick him back up if we really want to. We could. Yeah. So in reality, and is Holtz going to break that lineup in Vegas? I don't think so.
He's a placeholder.
And he's probably going to be on waivers, and then someone else is going to snatch him up. Yeah,
TBD.
He'll be back in Sweden by the end of next year. He'll be playing in the Swedish league. I feel like.
Yeah, we'll have to watch. We'll have to watch and see what he does.
Yeah, but I think so far, Fitzy did a great job with making this team a hell of a lot tougher to play against.
Mm-hmm.
Watching those playoffs. Seeing what the Florida Panthers did and how they made their way through a bunch of teams. Rangers, obviously. And then, is there a team with more firepower than the Edmonton Oilers in the league?
They almost stole it from them. They almost stole it from the Panthers.
They almost did. But the Panthers hung strong, hung tough, and I'm glad that Fitzy is seeing that and using that model for this team. Because the Devils, Sam has been saying it for years, they need beef. Beefalytics.
He answered. Finally, we've answered the proverbial question from the 80s. Where's the beef? It's now on the New Jersey Devils.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Woo! Uh-oh, we get a late super chat?
Oh, no. I was just trying to find a button, and I pressed the wrong one.
Just randomly hitting buttons.
Just hitting buttons.
Sam's kind of like the blind beggar who's just, just shooting from the hip and hoping for the best there. He's just pushing buttons all over the place.
Here it is.
Hey, where's the meat?
There we go.
There it is. Now, that question's been answered.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up.
Yep.
Oh, no, Quinville. Chris, we'll talk about that another day. But those,
Nope.
oof, that's
Everyone's accusing me of falling asleep at the wheel. No, I'm just looking at buttons.
He's just looking at buttons.
Just looking at
Thinking,
buttons.
I should have labeled these 4 years ago, but I still haven't yet, and I just randomly guess each time.
Yeah. Like this
Hope
one.
All right,
picks the
well,
right one.
tomorrow
Let's
we
go
still got-
Devils.
Oops. Sorry.
we didn't even mention this. Well, you know what? We'll probably be back tomorrow because the schedule's coming out. But the Devils' first
We
home
will be.
game of the season against Sheldon Keefe's former team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. How about that? So you get the Keefe rematch over there in the first home game for the Devils in the season. Tomorrow, schedule comes out. You know your boys are going to be talking about it here on the Let's Go Devils podcast network. As long as Sam doesn't fall asleep beforehand, we're going to be talking about it.
Actually,
Don't worry about it.
in fact, Scotty, we are going to do a special game day live, myself and Vinny Parisi, to discuss tomorrow's schedule.
Excellent.
So set your alerts at sometime around 5 East. We're going to be doing. We're going to go through that schedule together, Vinny and I. So it's going to be a good time.
Could be a double header. I could be planning our travel schedule as well.
Oh, that's the first thing I'm looking at.
We're going to be looking at. We're going to be doing a road trip again this year, everybody. So we're going to let you know so you can mark your calendars and maybe you can come out and make the trip.
Yeah,
and we'll have ourselves a damn good time. Yeah. Hells yeah.
Can't wait to annoy other fans on these road
I
trips.
can't. I hope there's another Girl Scout troop. Another,
In Utah? Let's go to Utah.
12 8-year-olds, that are just throwing haymakers on Sam Wu, beating him up in the corner.
They're like a little
No,
militia.
they're not beating up Samu because he runs away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He ran away to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Left us.
See you later.
Yeah.
All right.
He lit that fuse
Let's
then
wrap
ran
it
away.
up, fellas.
And I'll grab the tickets for these road trips, too.
Oh, great.
No,
So we know we'll be sitting at the very tippy top.
Yeah.
Like
We're going to go to K2
like,
this year.
Like you should talk, Scotty. That's how we met those Girl Scouts.
That's how at least I didn't get the ones that were up in the club that you can't even actually see the ice.
Hey, all I got to say is I got good seats in Arizona for us. So.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. I want to thank all those tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Vinny Parisi and Shorts Guy sometime around your afternoon drive, around 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Could there be another Woo Report? Could there be another Let's Go Devils podcast? Should find out, but there's going to be definitely State of the Fan address every Wednesday from 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Nick Villano, pucksandpitchforks.com. All right, getting out of here. Till next time, let's go Devils.